Hey everybody, welcome to withjosh.com. I am Josh Skinner, and I'm very excited about today's interview. With me, next to me in studio, is Jeffrey Pescetto.
How you all doing?
Yeah, and Jeff is actually a singer, songwriter, producer, and attention children of the 80s. He also sang the theme song to DuckTales, which was my favorite show, so thank you very much. But before we get into the world of Disney, I want to know, how exactly did you start in Hollywood? What was your journey from, I believe you're from Baltimore.
Baltimore, Maryland. I grew up there. I lived there, for most of my life before I moved here. I started music when I was 9 years old. I played in my first band, and I learned Beatles songs,
Playing guitar or piano?
Yeah, guitar.
Okay.
I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Wow.
And I just went, oh my God, that's what I want to do. And I actually practiced their songs and started singing them. And my parents, I actually wrote my first song when I was 9.
What was the title of that song?
It was called My Little Girl.
Okay.
And it was about a girl that I met. So it was,
Do you remember the words?
I actually do.
Can you sing some?
I went to the party the other night. I saw a little girl. She was out of sight.
Oh, okay. Genius.
Out of sight was kind of like the cool thing to say.
Okay.
I said, hey, little girl, you want to dance with me? Little girl, won't you dance with me? And then the chorus was, my little girl, she's walking my way, walking my way. If she gets close, what am I going to say?
So you were a little stud at 9, yeah?
It was a little catchy little ditty, but, back then, that's kind of stuff. My Baby Does the Hanky Panky was a hit. So
right.
I was kind of in the times. So I started writing songs and recording. And I had a bunch of songs that I'd record. We played a little bit. When we play live, I'd do some of them. But my dad came up to me one day and said, I've entered one of your songs in the American Song Festival. And you know how most teenagers are when their father tells them they did something. They're like, oh, Dad, that's a waste of time. Anyway, it turned out to be a really good thing that he did for me. It cost like $15 to enter a song in the competition, and 6 months later I won the competition.
Wow.
I got to fly to LA. I got a check for $10,000. I got to meet a lot of people that I never met in the business, publishers, producers, and they were very receptive. I loved California. The weather was great. I came out in January when it was freezing in Baltimore. And I knew once I was here, I got to move to California.
Right.
And so through the competition, I entered the next year because I was really excited. They were going to have it again, and really was fortunate enough to win again. Only this time I won for Best Vocal. And it was another check and another trip to LA to have a party to receive the check. And in that period, within a year, James Foster, who is David Foster's sister, her name is James, Jaymes. I always thought it was a cool name too. She met me and liked my material and said, I'm going to work for Quincy Jones and I'd like to introduce you to him. I was blown away. I remember being at a rehearsal, rehearsing like a cover tune, and the phone rang and they said, Jeff, Quincy Jones is on the phone. And I thought it was a joke. It wasn't April Fool's Day or anything, but I said, yeah, right. And I get on the phone and I go, hello, and he said, this is Q. And I'm like, Q? And he said, Quincy Jones. Because I didn't even know what Q meant.
Oh my gosh.
And I felt really stupid, but he was really gracious and so nice. He said, I really like your voice and I like your material. Do you have anything else? And I sent him 14 songs that I had recorded in the studio. And I would come up, I'd pay for my own demos and stuff and just take band members in and try to say, can you play this bass part? And I really was into creating the whole vibe of the song. And so they came out really good. And he said, who produced these? And I said, I did. And he said, well, I'd like to meet you. And I said, well, I'm coming to California again in January because I won the competition. And, one thing led to the next, and he signed me to a publishing deal. My attorney told me not to take the publishing deal. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm in a cover band in Baltimore, and Quincy Jones just offered me a deal. I'm going to California.
Right.
And he said, Jeff, it's not that good of money. It's really ties you up for years. I said, I don't care. I'm going to work for Quincy Jones. I mean, I think it's the best thing I could have ever done. And literally, I got $10,000 a year the first deal. It was crazy. And Quincy got all the publishing. But sometimes you just have to take that chance. You have to trust something. And I trusted in my own ability that when I got there, whatever happens is supposed to happen. and Quincy's giving me my shot, so he should make some money off me. He's taking a risk. He doesn't know me.
Right.
So that's his risk. And I got 39 cuts in the first 2 years with Quincy Jones. I mean, on everybody's record, from, you know, Johnny Mathis to Engelbert Humperdinck to Gladys Knight, Kenny Loggins, Al Jarreau, George Benson. And these are all my idols who I looked to. They were really talented people, every one of them, you know. And I would learn how to play music through their songs when I was growing up.
What was that like? Was it kind of surreal? Was it like, this is my life?
It was very surreal. I felt so lucky, but then again, I felt like I must be good. Like, I'm getting these cuts, and it seemed almost easy, but I realized that it was because Quincy was pitching the songs. And, you know, he's so respected. He's a brilliant genius. And so when Quincy says, hey, check this song out, it means a lot to people. So him saying, hey, this is a good song, I think that had a lot to do with it, because later on in life I had been signed to MCA, Sony, BMG, and it was not the same.
Okay, so now let's talk about DuckTales. Walk us through the process. How did you get the gig? It's a cartoon, so I mean, here you're working with Gladys Knight and Ray Charles and all these people, and now Scrooge McDuck. So how did that happen?
You know, I sang a lot of demos when I first moved to California, which I loved doing. I really enjoyed singing in the studio, and people would hire me. And I met a lot of writers through Quincy, and other companies would hook me up with writers. And once they found out I was a singer, they would ask me to sing some of their songs they wrote with other people, which I really enjoyed doing. Well, Mark is a really talented writer that I met, a really great guy, and we hung out a lot. And he was writing some cartoon themes for Disney, and he asked me to sing one of them, DuckTales it was called. And when I sang DuckTales, you know, it was a demo, and we went in, and he got the job. He got DuckTales. They loved it. And I remember him calling me and saying, hey, you did such a great job, thank you so much. And I said, who's Disney going to get to sing the song? And he said, well, they hired the Jets, and they made a big deal with them, and the Jets did it. And then I got a call from Disney saying they're not happy. They've tried a couple acts, and they really liked the demo. Would I be interested in singing DuckTales for the real show? And I said, absolutely. So I went in, and I remember it was, you know, big band, they had horns and everything there.
Well, you sang with a live band?
Well, no, they had cut it there.
Oh, okay.
I was there the day they were cutting the music, and we, you know, we just were part of it. So I came in and I sang it all. They did it all in one day, and it came out really great, and it was really fun. You know, I remember it to this day. You know.
Now, it's pretty famous, DuckTales.
Yeah, in fact, Mark and I used to joke, say, well, you should dress up like ducks and go tour as the DuckTales guys.
Oh, that's funny.
You know, we made jokes all the time.
Have you received, like, fan letters or
you know,
or anything crazy because of the DuckTales?
I never got much fan mail because I don't know that people knew how to get in touch with me. My address was never on them. But I got credit for singing it. But a lot of family members, you know, that was... And I'd go home to visit people in Baltimore, and everywhere I went, my nephews and my nieces and my, you know, friends would always like, he sang DuckTales, and everybody knew who it was, and I'd have to sing the song in a restaurant or outside a hamburger stand.
Will you sing it from my friends?
Sure. I'll sing like the first, you know, and here's what I do. I go, okay, I'll sing it. And it was kind of embarrassing, but, you know, when you receive the... like acclaim from it and people like it, it makes you feel good. I love it.
No, why would you be embarrassed about DuckTales?
Well,
it's like unbelievable.
It's really funny. You know, you're trying to be this cool songwriter, musician, producer, and you know your success came from a cartoon theme that people know you from. And although I'm so blessed and feel fortunate, I was kind of like, oh, I'm embarrassed. This is what I'm going to be known for. But I love it, you know. Who's that with that hurricane here in Duckburg? Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales, woo. Everybody's out there making DuckTales, woo.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
If they want more information about you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, you know, I'm really accessible. My email is jeffreypescetto@yahoo.com. It's R-E-Y on the Jeffrey. And, you know, hit me up if you want to write some music or if you want a producer or a singer, let me know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh.
DuckTales is now available on Disney DVD. I'm just kidding. Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.
Okay,